I'll keep it simple. One of the most powerful quotes I ever read, it's a Japanese proverb. The secret to success, fall down 7 times, get up 8. I want to introduce you to someone who knows the power of standing back up. He's got a great story. You actually already met him. He was on one of the panels, and he's got this huge personality. But he says that where it all began was when he was 18, the defining moment in his life, when a man in a black robe, a judge, looked at him and said, I'm going to give you a second chance. And he took control of it. At the age of 20, he was introduced to network marketing, never really took it seriously, did a little bit here or there, bounced around between jobs. But then from 2001 to 2006, he got into traditional direct sales, and he made millions, and he found out that he had that ability to connect with people, and he sold everything, I mean, from clothing and cars, and in fact, mortgage refinancing for veterans was very successful. But he began to realize, though he'd made a lot during that time, it was still up to him. And he thought back and remembered about the conversations of leverage and the power of residual. And so in 2006, he returned to network marketing, went flat out full time. 2008, he discovered YouTube and mastered that, and now has mastered other things online. He's now got a team of over 35,000 and growing. He's a 7-figure earner, but he's never forgotten that though he's now chosen to be able to acquaint people from online connection, you solidify it with a belly-to relationship to create a lifetime relationship. But he is high energy and an amazing individual. Ladies and gentlemen, please bring to the GoPro stage, Mr. Cedric Harris.
Win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Don't forget the wow clap.
And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they say there.
Yes! Woo! Question for everybody in the crowd. How many of you, if you knew that everybody that you spoke to would say yes to your opportunity, that you would speak to them by show of hands? How many of you would speak to them? If you knew that everyone would say yes. Really? Interesting. Interesting. So you would actually speak to the housekeeper that's at your room right now. You would speak to the cab driver that brought you to the convention center. You would actually speak to teachers that taught you when you were young. Interesting. So why haven't we done that? Very interesting. See, there's this thing called belief, and the fact that so many of us are attached to this thing called no. We're attached to a no when no means what? Not right now. We're attached to the feeling of something that is so inaccurate. I mean, I want you to think about this. There's a lot of husbands in the audience right now. You get no all the time, but you're still persistent. But all of a sudden, you got into network marketing, and we turned into a turtle and joined the witness protection program because someone said no. Now, the next time someone tells you no, I want you to look at your eyebrows and check them. See if they fell off. Check your hairline and see if it started receding. All it was a what? A no. A no. So we have married this feeling. We've married this feeling. We've got this wonderful opportunity that we need to share with so many people. And so many of us fail to do so. Now I started thinking over and over and over, why is it that so many of us really don't do this? What are we so truly attached to? Then someone taught me a long time ago, they said, Cedric, learn. Learn to marry the process and divorce the outcome. Learn to marry the process and divorce the outcome. So if they say yes, great. If they say no, great. Let your highs be low and your lows be high. So let's think about this for a second. If you ever go to a hospital and you see an EKG machine and someone is on an EKG machine, and the EKG machine goes doot, 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 that means they're what? Alive. Interesting. But what is it doing? Going up and what? Down. Up and what? Down. Up and what? Down. Our businesses do the same now, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Well, if that's the case, then it's a feeling that we need to embrace. Otherwise, we're dead. Because all of a sudden our business does what? Now, that is not a sexy sound. That's not a sexy sound. So it's truly a process that I think that all of us really, truly have to get to. You know, a lot of us, we don't go out and share this opportunity because we're so concerned about what people think about us. Let me explain something to you. Your parents already think you're crazy. Your friends you grew up with think you're crazy. Your brother thinks you're crazy. Your sister thinks you're crazy. Your Facebook friends think you're crazy. So what? You know what the opposite of crazy is? Average. You know what one of the definitions of average is? The highest degree of poor. Seriously, check it out on Webster's. You want to be crazy or average? You want to be an absolute lunatic? You want to be crazy? You see, average people don't sit in Las Vegas and take notes. Average people are in the casino gambling money that they don't have. That's what average people are doing. You see, above average people invest in their self-development. People that are average are spending $72 on a bottle of water right now. You see, at the end of the day, we have to embrace something that we have. And as we embrace it, we get better and better and better and better and better. But it's all a process, and it doesn't happen overnight. But it's all about the belief that we have. Now, we grew up with some strong beliefs that we really have to pay attention to, and some of us don't understand what they are. You see, they kind of started off from the 1st grade to the 5th grade. We did something for 5 years, 5 days a week for 8 hours a day, and we got a result. Then from the 6th grade to the 8th grade, we did something for 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, 3 years, and we got a result. From the 9th grade to the 12th grade, we did something for 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, for 4 years, and we got a result. Some of us went to college. 4 years, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week to get a result. So for 12 to 16 years, we were conditioned to do something for 5 days a week, 8 hours a day to get a result. And so many people wonder why when we graduate college or high school, the first thing that we do is look for a job that pays us by the hour. You were conditioned for 12 to 16 years. But when someone says commission, we run. There's 2 sexy words in the dictionary, commission and residual. Commission and residual. Listen, I grew up in Richmond, Virginia. I grew up in a very, very interesting environment. I got a semi-interesting story. You see, I grew up in an environment where a lot of my surroundings, the belief was that we were growing up to be pharmaceutical salespeople. And I ain't talking about no Ritalin. You see, when you surround yourself around those type of people, what do you become? You become what you put yourself around. Now, I had the opportunity to venture into that world, not the world that people want to stay in. But I also had the opportunity to get out of that world, which introduced me to network marketing, which quite frankly was simple transition when you think about it. I'll tell you about that later. You see, the reality is this. The reality is this. When all the dust settles, we can either work for someone else's dream or choose to focus on our own. But we have to get the skill sets inside of this industry in order to do so. You know, earlier, we had this phenomenal social media panel, and some people think that I'm an internet marketer, and I'm not an internet marketer. I love the internet. I'm a businessman who uses the internet to move products and services worldwide and to reach people worldwide. I'm not an internet marketer. I label myself as a businessman that uses the internet. Now, what comes down when you start to think about some of these internet marketing techniques and some of these social media techniques that a lot of people are utilizing. The first thing I want you all to understand is that, just like I said yesterday, the telephone is extremely powerful. But we have to start treating it like what it is. You see, we're married to these outcomes. And one of the outcomes that we're married to is what are people going to think. So we go through our phone and we look at our phone and we start off with the letter A. And your upline told you to put together a list and make a list of your friends and family, and you became God. You see, if you look at someone's name longer than 3 minutes or longer than 3 seconds, you just became God. How can you know what they're gonna do? You have no idea. Then the same person that you didn't call, someone else calls them, ends up at your company convention, going across stage, getting a bonus check, and you're hoping they fall off the stage because they're making $100,000 a month. But you're the one who didn't call them. Now, how interesting is that? See, we go through our phone and we start off with the letter A and we look and we say Adam. I ain't calling Adam. We go to the next name, Aaron. I don't even like Aaron. We go to the next name, Adrian. Adrian owes me money. I ain't calling Adrian. She better pay me first. Albert. Ooh, Albert loves pyramid thingies. Albert, I got another one. Instead of calling them what? All. Instead of calling them all. Some will, some won't, so what? Some waiting. Keep going. Keep going. Everybody isn't built for this business. It's just your job to expose them. You see, in the beginning, some of you raised your hand and you said if everyone would say yes, you would talk to them. Well, if that's the case, who's going to drive your kids to school in the morning? Who's going to be the school teachers of the world? Who's going to be the doctors of the world? Who's going to be the police officers of the world? Who's going to be the firefighters of the world? Who are going to be people that are going to run the light equipment? Who are going to be people that lay down the concrete? Who are going to build the televisions? Who are going to make all these crazy Apple iPhones that we love? You see, there's got to be people that are going to do other things. It's just your job to expose it to them. It's not your job to go back into the 18th century and become a caveman and beat them on their head and drag them in your business. Welcome, boom, now you're dragging them behind you. Well, that person isn't going to do anything. That person isn't going to do anything. You know, someone earlier asked me, Cedric, why did you still like YouTube? Like some people thought I was just saying that on the social media panel, and I want to break down a couple of things about marketing and some things about social media so a couple of people can really, truly get it. First of all, I have a concept that I learned years ago. Some of you might get this concept, and some of you may have heard of this gentleman, and some of you may not have heard of this gentleman. But there's a rapper, right? His name is Lil Wayne. Okay, now Lil Wayne, a couple of years back, he did some time in Rikers Island. And before he went to jail, he had made all these videos. He did all these songs with country people and R&B people and rappers and singers. And he was in jail for 9 months. And most people never knew that he was in jail because he created so much what? Content. And that content was delayed as he was in jail. This week a video came out. This week a video came out. This month a new song came out. This month a new song came out. So this content was delayed over time. And you never knew that he was actually in jail. So I started thinking about that, and I'm like, you know what? That's ingenious. That's marketing 101. That's marketing 101 at its best. To be everywhere all the time. To be everywhere all the time. But Cedric, I don't know how to do Facebook. Do it anyway. But Cedric, I'm scared of the video. So is everybody else. Do it anyway. But Cedric, I can't spell YouTube. Who cares? Do it anyway. But Cedric, this WhatsApp thing is driving me nuts. There's a 4-year-old on YouTube that will show you how to do anything. Anything. If you ever have an issue with anything, there's a 4-year-old on YouTube. There's mothers in the audience pregnant right now with kids. If you look at the ultrasound, they're sending text messages. I'm telling you right now, kids know how to do everything. Stop overthinking it because it's a part of our life, right? It's a part of our life. Some people are recording this. Some people are text messaging right now. Some people are WhatsApping right now. Some people are Instagramming right now. Some people are Periscoping right now. Some people are YouTubing right now. Some people are Facebook Living right now. None of this stuff is going anywhere. But one thing that I will tell you is that we have to understand to attract online and connect offline. Attract online and connect offline. So many of us just want to attract online, and all we want to do is do online, 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 and we develop zero connection with the people that we're talking to. And then you wonder why it's so easy for them to jump ship. They have no connection to you. Zero, none, zilch. You build the relationship offline. So as much as we try to run away from the telephone, we can't. Because I can tell you right now, the people that are building the biggest businesses, they still use that little device. It's not rotary anymore. It's actually pretty sexy. Some of us get to talk on the phone without you knowing that we're talking on the phone. You got the Dr. Dre Beats headsets behind your ear, wireless, and you're just what? Talking. Connect online. Develop that relationship offline. Master a Facebook Live. Master a YouTube. Master a Periscope. Master an Instagram. Master these things one by one. Don't try to absorb them all at one time. You become a jack of all trades and a master of none. Master them one at a time, but pull that relationship offline. Pull that relationship offline. Put yourself in a situation where you are looking as an authority. You're looking like an authority. Somebody said, well, said YouTube doesn't work anymore. Really? That's interesting. Because your friends see your content on Facebook. But what about the people that don't know you? When they're going to Google something, do they Google your Facebook page? Remember the Arsenio Hall show? One of those things that make you say, Most people don't read anymore, do they? Who reads? Who reads now? Everybody wants a what? A video. Everybody wants to look at a video, do they not? This is why there's so many video apps that are out. This is why this is so important for us to embrace. See, once we embrace this and we stop running away from it, magical things will happen inside of your business. But you must embrace it. You must embrace it. So many of us want to run away. Why? Why run away from something so powerful as what we have right now? You see, at the end of the day, I want you to think about something. I want you to think about what would your organization look like? You know, I'm really, really big on teaching my team sticky notes. I'm a big, gigantic fan of sticky notes, and I want to give you all a sticky note. I want to give you a sticky note that could either help you sleep good at night or help you have nightmares. Really simple. And the sticky note is really simple. Take this note down. It says, what would my organization look like if they did what I did today? What would my organization look like if they did what I did today? And I want you to take that sticky note and I want you to put it on your nightstand. And when you lay your head down at night, I want you to look at that sticky note. Either you're going to sleep good or you're going to be tossing and turning. And there ain't no pill in network marketing that's going to help you sleep better. You're going to be tossing and turning. Because if you only did one three-way call and you got a whole team, and if they only did one three-way call, what would your team look like? If you sat at home and ate Twinkies and bonbons all day long, and your whole team sat at home and ate Twinkies and bonbons all day long, what would your team look like? If you sat in the room at GoPro all day long, and your team sat in the room and GoPro it all day long, what would your team look like? If you absorbed GoPro All Access and your team absorbed GoPro All Access, what would your team look like? Pretty interesting now, isn't it? But we get to flip the coin too now, don't we? If we're in the casino gambling all day long and our team is in the casino gambling all day long, what would our team look like? You see, you're going to sleep good or you're going to toss and turn. Because it's not about what we can do, it's about what we can what? Duplicate. It's not about what we can do, it's about what we can duplicate. That's why events like this are so important. That's why it's so important for us to take our business so seriously and learn new skills and embrace the skills that are going to help us explode our business. Because there's no way we're going to be able to avoid things that are going to happen. It's 2016 now. You can't avoid these things. Some of us said years ago we would never get on Facebook. Now you're sending messages to your mother on Facebook. I'm never going to do that. Yeah, okay. Snapchat, WhatsApp, I'm never going to touch that. Periscope, no, I can't spell Periscope. You've got to embrace these things because, ladies and gentlemen, our industry is happening right in front of our eyes, and there's so many benefits to learning these concepts. It's crazy. And I want to end with this. You know, a great mentor of mine who was just on the stage a little while ago, Lisa Grossman, a couple of years ago, she sent me something that I keep handy. And I'm not sure if she's in the crowd now, but I think I want to share this with everybody because it encompasses everything that this event is totally all about. And I'm not sure if we can get a screenshot of this, but this is a journal that she sent me in. It says some really, really strong things that I get to read every day, and I think it will be so important for each and every one of you. At the top, it says, be brave. We're life changers. Be brave and be bold. Take chances. Every single day we wake up, we're taking a chance. Take more. Experience everything. And last but not least, make it happen. Ladies and gentlemen, if we do those 4 things and we teach those 4 things inside of our business, trust and believe some magical things will happen and you will see the duplication that you deserve. Thank you so much.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Sit down for just one moment. How's everybody doing? Bear with me, give me 120 seconds and we'll wrap this session. Here's what I'm going to tell you. First of all, I'm proud of every single one of you. You have absorbed an enormous amount of information, content, ideas, strategies, but knowledge is meaningless if you don't create a game plan, if you don't create a strategy. Tonight, I get to spend some time with you to develop a step-by-step, point-by-point strategy to make 2017 the best year of your lives. Who's ready to do that? Say aye. So, how many people have ever heard of the international recording artists, the Tenors? Have anybody ever heard of the Tenors? They're going to be performing tonight as well. You're going to enjoy that. I can't wait. They're good friends, and they're going to be bringing some value. So I finally get to unleash some content. I cannot wait to be able to do that. I will tell you, between now and 6 p.m., anything you buy in the store is going to put you into the drawing. We're going to give away at least $20,000 worth of value at 6 p.m. when we start back up, so make sure you're in the room. If you're not in the room, you're not going to get the value. Turn your forms in, whatever the forms you have, please, so you don't forget to do it later once we close down all of that stuff. Enjoy your dinner break. I'll see you at 6 p.m. Love you.
Ladies and gentlemen, real quick announcements for the VIPs. Lunch or dinner will be served where we had the VIP reception on day 1. So any of you VIPs, make your way over to where we had the VIP reception day 1 to receive your lunch. And at this time, we need to clear the room. Please